travels as promised. This is the beautiful Kornos Bay area. Those behind me are the beautiful villas that we're staying in. You can see them on one of our recent Instagram posts. One of the biggest attractions at Kornos Bay is the Cyclops Cave. Let me show you. Cyclops Cave is a natural cave system that also goes underwater, and we are going to be doing a video diving the Cyclops Cave, and it's known to have quite a large population of lionfish. So we're also going to try and spare some lionfish and do a catch, clean, cook on a poisonous fish species which is also invasive and non-native to the Mediterranean. But for now, what we're doing here now is one of the pillars, one of the 5 main pillars of Aqua Bros foraging. And there's nothing like a bit of coastal foraging. Wild herbs, wild vegetables, wild plants that are edible, that you can't really necessarily farm, or if you can, they never taste as good. And our Uncle Kostas has promised us some coastal foraging. This is my Uncle Costa.
Hello everybody!
He's actually my great uncle, even though he doesn't look it, So Kostas and our cousin Dimitra, his daughter, are big fans of coastal foraging. So they're taking us out today in this beautiful, beautiful area to see if we can can't catch ourselves some forage. See if we can't forage ourselves some coastal herbs, coastal veg, and hopefully we'll be eating those alongside a nice seafood feast. So let's see what we can get.
See this?
What are we looking for, guys? Explain to me. So, tools for the job. Does this have a special name? Just a good old... There we go.
Let's see if they're good first of all. But with the rain we had, they're bound to be good.
Oh wow, professional. So we go down to the roots, leverage it up with our, we'll call it the foraging spike. Ah, so we're after the stem. So as you can see, guys, what we don't want is this quite spiky little number, which is the extremities of the leaves. They aren't necessarily edible and would take too much preparation. What we do want is this succulent stem there. See, if you press it, that's what we're looking for. So after it gets prepared and peeled,
And what do we want? Is this?
so how will we be preparing and eating this then? What's the best methods?
Well, it needs a little lemon and
In the water?
a little salt.
Simple
But-
Mediterranean style. Boil, lemon, salt, olive oil.
No. Just lemon and salt. But you can have a taste.
Ah, we can have a taste raw like this.
Yes, like that.
So, what's the name in Cypriot?
Kafkaroues.
Kafkaroues. I'll put up a link to the English translation. First time tasting wild foraged Kafkaroues. You can tell it's grown near the coast. It's got that saline, kind of a bit of a salty aroma, but after a bit it's like a bit like fennel. It's got that kind of aniseedy, fennelly, loads of flavours coming out. I look forward to that boiled with a bit of lemon juice.
You can fry them, you can boil them, you can make a soup, you can do, and this to be actually big and tender, they got to be close to a bush like this.
Okay. And this, for anybody wondering, is actually the juniper berry. Kornos Bay, this whole bay area, is known for this bush, and in Cypriot this bush is called auratus. So our juniper berry, very common ingredient in gin, in the distillation of gin, and it's a beautiful, beautiful berry. When you press it like that, it's absolutely stunning. And yeah, auratus. And just behind those trees there, you can see just behind me, there in the distance, in the Periali resort which we're staying in, there is a very, very good restaurant, excellent fine dining restaurant called Auratus, named after the fact that this area is just absolutely ram-packed full of juniper bushes like this. Look at this one, absolutely full of juniper berries. If we were staying a bit longer, I'd be inclined to get some ethanol grain spirit and perhaps distill our own gin, Auratus Periali gin. That's for another video. Today's coastal foraging. Here we go. Uncle Costas is uprooting these. Look at all those tender stems there. Just what we want. Wow.
Yeah. Take this one.
Okay.
Ούτε σε βγάλαμε.
Ducks. And after that,
Okay,
like a small
time for me to get my hands dirty and help with some of the labour. Less filming, more action.
And after Alex moves, they make this thing, this one up, and you can eat in this one after it's finished.
Wow.
It's very nice, it's very tasty. It's like,
Artichoke.
yeah,
Artichokes.
and now it's not the time. March is the time of it.
So it's the wrong season for them, but you can actually get wild artichokes as well. But these are now dried because usually it's about March time. So these will be last year's dying off before this year's come back up.
And you can find it only here and up near condos, nowhere else.
Really?
Yeah, near
Wow.
stones.
So cousin Dimitra's saying that these are actually quite unique to this area of Konnos and a bit further up. But considering it's not the smallest of islands, Cyprus, that's interesting that they are quite endemic to just this area. So give me some names. This is wild forage, yeah? You can go and get this like we looked for the... What's this one?
Roca.
Roca. Is it like wild rocket?
Yeah.
This is like a wild rocket.
It goes well with fish.
This is... Oh, coriander leaves, of course, yeah, perfect. And this...
The best stuff.
This one?
Just one longer.
Columbra. So this is the... In British we call this, or actually in Indian it's called rabi. And it's just as popular in... It's just as popular in Cyprus as it is in that part of the world. We just put a little bit of lemon juice on.
Oh yes.
And this little guy is what we was catching the other day. So once it's prepared, pulled out the ground and the spiky leaves cut off, you strip away the hard stem from the outside and then just season it with lemon juice, yeah? Beautiful.
Some olive oil if you want.
And some olive oil. So guys, this is how it's prepared. The final product once it's come out of the ground. Spiky leaves trimmed off, and this is just the centre, the heart of the stem, and it's remarkably full of liquid and juice. It's like a very, very juicy and saline almost celery. It's like a wild celery. Just with lemon juice, a bit of olive oil. Worth all the effort, believe me.